All right, looks like here we are, right? But I'm unprepared as usual. All right, hopefully the volume isn't too loud here. On the music, I mean. Special day. You know what I like most about days like this when I record? I think what I like most is that I do it right after I get out of bed. So I look great. Hairs everywhere. Kind of need a shave. But hey, man, I'm only human. Happy day. Special day today. In the background, we can hear the new one from MCC, Magna, Carta, Cartel. It's called Silence. They're awesome. I recommend you check them out if you haven't heard MCC before. Fans of Ghost will be familiar with MCC. Well, OG fans of Ghost will be familiar with MCC. But today, what is the significance of today? May 1st. May 1st, 2010. May 1st, 2010, this guy gets married. It's an interesting day. And today, I bet no one would have predicted it, including myself, probably my wife, or anybody that knew me. But today marks my 12-year anniversary. 12 years. I marvel at that every day. My wife has got to be the most patient saint in the universe. We've had some amazing times. We've gone through a lot of shit. I've caused a lot of shit. But it's been a magical ride. It's been a magical ride. I mean, I'm tearing up a little bit thinking about it. You know, when you meet the right person, you know it. And when it's the right person, you feel it. You just know. And I know. I know well. But anyhow, today we're not going to get political. I'm just going to sit here and you can turn it off because I'm just going to be talking about my wedding because I love my wife so much. She has changed my life. And she was the catalyst for me changing myself. And what goes on up here and what I put out. Yeah, it just takes one person. Just one person. And it takes honesty, being honest with yourself mainly. And the most important thing is you really got to love yourself before you love anyone else. Once that happens, then you might find your twin flame. Yeah, twin flame. I don't know. Sometimes I think we're bookends. Sometimes I think we're the yin yang. You know, like there's no good without evil. There's no light without dark. She's the light. I'm the dark. I guess. But anyhow, what can I say? 12 years. I mean, seriously, it's blowing my mind that 12 years have passed. 12 freaking years. Sometimes it feels like 100. Sometimes it feels like yesterday. It's great. Now, most people on social media, they only put out their good face, right? They only put out what they want others to think they're like. On the other hand, there's people that overshare everything, every little thing. Go into the bathroom now. That's what it seems like. And hey, man, more power to you. Do what you want. It's your diary, right? Um, the unfollow button is an amazing thing. Plenty of them followed me. I know that for a fact. For the times that I was getting maybe a little too political in the past. Nowadays, I honestly don't give a crap about politics. I think everybody's full of shit, and I think everybody's an actor. I really do. Everyone's an actor. But before we get to talking about anything else, let's go through these pictures, shall we? I mean, why the hell not, right? This was our cake topper. That right there. That's my wife. That's me. 'Cause I was singing in bands. I do. Yes, I do. There's our cake, who was made by a friend of my wife's there. Cool thing. That is my buddy Maris the Great. Maris the Great. I can't say enough good things about this guy. First met him in Denver after I had first moved to Denver, and I had joined the Colorado Music Association, and they made me the head of their heavy music committee. And at some point, I found out about Maris the Great, this guy right here, and he would be at shows. He would do lots of weird shit, and it came to the point where I was putting a festival together, actually in the town I'm living in now, oddly enough, and I needed a host, and I asked him if he'd want to do it, and shit, he did it. Might do a show on, might do a video on that festival, which was kind of a clusterfuck and great at the same time, because as with most of my life, I just jumped in, not knowing what the fuck I was doing, and some things went right, some things went wrong. It's just the way it is, man. Duality, yin yang. But Maris the Great, my buddy. All right, there's some band equipment because my band was playing at the show. Let's see. Here we go. Left to right, Clyde and Jim and Kurt and my father-in-law and Maris there. There's my wife and Reverend Jim, my other buddy from Denver who officiated the wedding. Jim, he's okay. You may not be able to see it too well in this book, but Jim here has got he's got a book and he's reading from it. And man, he read from it for a long fucking time. Come to find out later, there was nothing written in the book. It was all coming from his head. it was it was fun. But let me okay, beautiful wife and me. I'm about to put the ring on her finger here. But let me start off by saying, okay, um, you may not be able to tell, but I'm wearing PVC pants. They're like fake leather. My band was playing, and that's what I was wearing at the time. And when I got to the venue, uh, I got a flat tire, and I was fixing the flat tire, and my pants ripped right down the ass. What does Sindo do? I'm not going to drive another 40 minutes back home to change. There's nowhere to go buy another pair of pants. So, got some duct taped them up. And those pants survived for another probably 5 or 6 years. They were my show pants. I wore them to every show. At one point, they were more more duct tape than pant, but they went a long way. They went a long way. That was fun. But anyway, that's how the wedding started, with me ripping my pants and having to duct tape them back together. Oh man, what a day. Ah. Oh. Look how adorable we are. I love this picture. I love this picture. This is one of my favorite pictures ever. And that right there tells you everything you need to know about our wedding. Some people, let's see, Alyssa's mom and mine were horrified because as my band was playing after the wedding, we had three bands playing, friends of mine, and after during my band's set, we had Vampiros Lesbos playing, which is a 1970s exploitation lesbian vampire movie. So every time I think about that and how much it must have horrified Alyssa's mom and my mom, they both decided to leave at that point. But hey, they remember the wedding. I'll guarantee you that much, right? All right, here we're pouring some champagne, making a toast, I suppose. Aw. Whoa, dancing. I don't know what the heck I'm doing there. Oh, I think she dropped something. I'm just trying to get it. That's all. There's my son on the side. You can barely see him, but there he is on the left. Oh, shut up, Cindo. This happens a lot. Now, what do you notice about this picture? Too many hands. Shut up, Cindo. Love this picture too. Look at those faces. Look at those faces. Those faces say we're going to be around for 12 years. Look at my beautiful wife. Oh my God. Here I'm thinking, perhaps I shouldn't drink too much today. Yeah, Cindo was big on the alcohol back then. Unfortunately, but it made me who I am today, I suppose. Don't drink much these days. Wine, basically. But yeah, that turned out to be okay. Long story short, after we got out of the venue and on our way home, which we ended up going home because we had a place that we were going to stay at, this nice little place that our friend was going to let us stay at. And what happens? We lose the key. We lose the key. So we end up on our wedding day, on our wedding night, having to go back home. Not only that, but we ended up having to get a ride from a friend of mine because what? Because my car was flat tired. And we went to, I think it was the Denver Diner, and I face planted onto my chili cheese fries on the table, being so hammered. And that night, I ended up sleeping on the couch downstairs, passing out and sleeping on the couch. So that was my wedding night. Too much information? Who cares? That was my wedding night. Special thanks to Michael Sheets for driving us home, Mike. Thanks, Mike. If you're watching this, Mike was a good friend back then. He took lots of pictures of the band. He probably took most of the pictures you've seen of Primasonic, that band. Speaking of which, here we are playing. That's me and Kurt, guitarist, old friend. Had a falling out. It happens. It happens. Love this shot. Love this shot. It's just fucking awesome. Loved it so much. Uploaded it twice. Here we are. Man, that was a big stage. Couldn't tell you what song it was. Oh, here I am, probably admiring my ring, having just been married. My hand's out there, so that's probably what I'm doing. All right, now this was the promotional poster for our show. Now, originally it was supposed to be the Jim Rose Circus that was performing there as well, if you've heard of the Jim Rose Circus. But it turned into Reverend Jim's, a different Jim, Reverend Jim being Jim Norris of Mutiny Information Cafe, and back then, Three Kings Tavern, who was one of my best friends. He officiated and he put this show together. Reverend Jim's Oral Celebration of the Bizarre, hosted by Maris the Great. That was the zombie you saw a little while ago. Performances by Primasonic, that's my band. The Widow's Bane, I suggest you check them out. They're fucking awesome. And Tin Horn Prayer. Also, Ooh La La Burlesque and Fetish Dancers. Oh yeah. So just imagine, this was not your typical wedding. But we are not your typical couple. All right, what else we got? Is that it? Oh, that's it? I guess so. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, well, there we go. That is that. So, happy anniversary, right? Happy anniversary, babe, as life would have it. Some patterns. I mean, we were talking about patterns before. Patterns. One pattern that happens a lot here is that my wife and I are separated every now and then for a little bit. This time she's out helping her dad, who is having a rough time. My mother-in-law passed away a couple of months ago, and he hasn't been doing too well. And she's there, and her and her brother and others are taking care of things. Part of growing up and dealing with life as adults. As much as we all hate to do it, we all have to adult every now and then. I obviously hate to do it, but 57 years old, man. 57. 57 years old, married 12 years, not drinking. Who is this guy? I might be wearing an Iron Maiden shirt, but don't, as I've said before, I don't listen to it much. Once in a while, I get the itch, and I'm like, yeah, let's hear some Maiden. Maiden, AC/DC, Motorhead, Metallica, obviously, Ghost, MCC. But then these days, I'm gravitating more towards Pink Floyd. It was a band that I always thought were quite boring until the acid kicked in. But no, Pink Floyd, amazing. Magna Carta, Cartel, check them out if you like that kind of stuff. But just an off-the-cuff video to basically tell my wife I love her, even though she knows that, and to tell you all that think you know me. You think you know me? Would the guy that you think you know have been married 12 years now? No, you don't know me. I barely know me. But thank you to each and every one of you that has watched these videos. Thank you to everyone that has not commented, because you guys are scared of doing that. But you get send messages once in a while, so thank you for that. And I'm just gonna keep doing what I do and recording these things when I feel like it. Planning some things, but plans have changes, have ways of changing. So I don't know if they'll pan out, if the plans will pan, but we will see. I have ideas for what we're going to do with the High On Network and what's going to happen. There's so much happening in the world that really nobody should be making too many plans, because I have a feeling that pretty soon things are going to be very different for everyone. I think that we're all slaves to technology, and a lot of us are willing slaves to the technology. I think many of us would give up, as has been proven already, we would give up our freedom for convenience. I believe that being human is about being free and having free will. Free will doesn't mean cowering down to threats by anyone, including the government. And for people with ideologies that don't follow along with the program, the programming, things are going to get rough. Things are going to get rough. Things are different, but things are changing. If you're paying attention, you can see that things are changing. The tide is turning. I think more and more people are figuring out that this has all been bullshit. And the problem is, many of us think we're stuck doing what we do. We're not. We just have to change the things we do, how we think. And for all of us, it's going to take an event. It's going to take being at your lowest and being by yourself for the revelations to come. Because I know some things, and the things I know were cemented in my brain when I was at my lowest and by myself with nothing else to do but get in here. So that's what you have to do sometimes. And you know what? Like I said, I have a pattern of my wife and I are separated every little bit for, a little bit at a time, because things happen and someone's got to go take care of something. And it's just weird. But that also Gives us time to work on what's up here and what's up here and everything else. So yeah, happy anniversary. 12 years. Crazy shit. To all of the haters, I win. Look at that. I didn't even do this on purpose, but this is my wife's mug. My wife's mug. And look, it's a Nautilus. Ooh. Know what that means? Look into it. But it's my wife's mug. And I just grabbed it, not even thinking, because mine wasn't washed today. And I find that I gravitate to when she's not here. I'll drink out of her mug. I may use her robe at night. Things like that. I don't know. It's crazy. You hear the dogs? It's lots of fun. Lots of fun. But hey, this was just going to be a quick video. And every time I say that, it turns into 20 minutes. So I don't know. I'm out of here. Check out the new Magna Cartel single called Silence. New album coming out soon. I may do a review on the single. Maybe. We'll see. But have a good day. Take care.